Grind Time Show, Channel 23, GPAT TV, hosted by your boy Solid Dollar. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Grind Time Show. I just want y'all to know this is the Grind Time Show. Businesses, models, artists, MCs. All you gotta do is turn to Channel 23. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Grind Time Show. I just want y'all to know this is the Grind Time Show. Businesses, models, artists, MCs. All you gotta do is turn to Channel 23. The Grind Time Show. The Grind Time Show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Grind Time Show. The Grind Time Show. The Grind Time Show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Grind Time Show. The Grind Time Show. The Grind Time Show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Grind Time Show. The Grind Time Show. The Grind Time Show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Grind Time Show. Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of the Grind Time Show. It's your host, Solid Dollar. You already know what time it is. 2015, we're going to do a whole lot of new stuff. But before we do that, I want to give a rest in peace to Bakari Jones, his family, his friends, his supporters, and all of the people at Trap Fly Clothing. Bakari Jones, to me, was one of the coolest, most likable people that you could ever meet. We didn't have a whole lot of steady interactions, but the interactions that we did have, it was positive. It was always productive. I always see him doing productive stuff in the community. And in my personal opinion, he was like an angel that was sent to us like from the heavens. He was always doing something positive. He always gave you a good positive vibe. He never had a negative word to say about anybody. And I just want to go ahead and send my condolences to the family and friends of Bakari Jones, a.k.a. Trap Fly. That brings me to my next concern, which is the senseless crime that's going on in our community. We live around each other. We see each other frequently. And I think that if we have issues with each other, the best thing that you could possibly do is talk to that person, find out what the miscommunication is, and try your best to resolve it. Like if you kill somebody, you taking away a person that means a lot to other people. And when you go to jail, you're getting taken away from your family and the people that you mean a lot to. So that's like, let's say that's at least 30 or 40 people that's affected by one person taking a life. Which to me, it don't make sense at all. To me, it's like, if you was really courageous, it takes a courageous person to say, you know what, either we're going to talk this situation out, or either we're going to fight it out, or whatever the case. And I don't condone the fighting thing, just to state that. But if that should be the worst case scenario. We shouldn't have to go to shooting somebody and killing somebody because somebody don't agree with what you agree with. There's a whole lot of things that people are not going to come in agreement with. And when you don't agree with somebody, agree to disagree. That's the best thing for you to do. Agree to disagree and move on. If you can't resolve it, agree to disagree, and everybody lives another day. People are still left with the person that they love, and you still have your freedom. So that's something that I think like we all need to think about a little bit more. Before we start resorting to guns and all of this silly stuff, we need to think about what is the issue that I have with this person, and can it be resolved? Any individual with morals will realize that this is a harsh crime against humanity and oneself. We have been tricked by the movies, the television, the music, and all of this stuff to make us think that being violent is a way for us to answer our problems. Like, nah, if you looked at any of these movies that you ever seen, Scarface, all of these movies that you idolize, like the good guy dies and the bad guy die in the end of the movie. Like there's no real heroes when it comes to a whole lot of senseless violence. It just looked good in the movie, but in real life, it takes away a lot of people and it hurts a lot of people. So I think we need to think about that before we start killing people and thinking about like how do we take away something from our community and expect our community to build up. Like it's an oxymoron. It just don't make sense. Also, what I think we need to look at, and I'm pretty sure that everybody watched First 48, well, most of us, is we live in a small town / city, if that's what you want to call it, city, town, and everybody know each other. So that means if you kill somebody, most likely in the first 48 hours, you're going to be arrested because most of these people are telling, everybody is telling somebody knows somebody and knows somebody and knows somebody and knows something about what you did. So you got to think about that before you you commit a crime and before you take a person's life. Like, this town is about this big. Literally. So, by the time you done did something over here, somebody over here done seen you, and by the time you get over here, you're going to be locked up over here. Like, that's as real as it can get. These particular incidents creates an unbalance in our community. And guess where all of the males go? To jail. So basically, when all of the males is in jail, our women are left out here to take care of the kids. That means your sister, your aunt, your mother, your grandmother, and all of the children are left behind. We leaving these women to take care of responsibilities that's not really theirs. Their job is to nurture and try to give these children some kind of comfort. Our job is to provide. If there's no more providers out here, then we're leaving our women out here in the wilderness. And I think that's a sad fact that we don't realize when we get emotional. See, because, and this is no disrespect to nobody, I think women are emotional and men are physical. Or at least women are more emotional and men are more physical on that end of the spectrum. But what we have here now, since we getting influenced by so many different things, we got men that's being emotional, and they leaving our women to have to deal with emotional and physical stuff because they no longer there. They get mad over something small or minute, and they ready to kill somebody. That's your emotion. You're not thinking with your head. You get mad and you let that feeling override and turn that feeling into an action, another action that's negative. It's like, it's a domino effect. So at the end of the day, when you kill somebody, or when you take somebody's life, or when you do something that's negative, or that's going something that's going to lead you in jail, you leaving your women out here alone. You know what I mean? You leaving your women out here alone for somebody else to be with them. You leaving your women out here alone to go through the hardships by themselves. You leaving your women out here alone to take care of these children. So I think you should think first before you act on anything, especially if it's negative. And that's as real as it gets. My suggestion and solution to this problem in our community is called civility. I just want to give everybody my definition of civility, because a lot of people may not be familiar with the word. A lot of people might not understand what I mean by the word. Like, civility is a formal politeness and behavior and conduct and speech, which breaks down to morals, values, and etiquette. If we learn how to appreciate ourselves, conduct ourselves in the right way, and all of us was on the same page, I guarantee that we would not have so many senseless crimes and silly stuff that goes on in our community. So look up the word civility, and if you can apply it to your everyday life, I guarantee that you'll have a better life. It also brings me to my next point, the concerns that we have with some of the older people, or the older generation in our community. And this is kind of sickening to me. Like, we have older people who have made bad mistakes, and then they continue to try to guide somebody into the same mistakes that they have made, like the OGs that's telling you to do the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Like, if this person is not successful at 30 or 40 years old, you need to look at them and say, well, this is not somebody I need to follow. And if you 30 or 40 years old and you got somebody that's young looking up to you, you should guide them around your mistakes instead of dragging them through the same mistakes that you made. Because I think that also hinders our community, to be honest with you. So if you got somebody that ain't 30, 40, 50 years old, haven't accomplished anything, still in the same neighborhood, ain't doing nothing, yo, don't look to them for your support. Don't look for them for some extra advice, because they can't give you none. They probably don't even have nothing to give themselves. They probably still walking around town or asking for rides. So look at the positive role models in your community and try to emulate those steps that you see them making. And if you can't emulate them, or if you want to get close to that person, walk up to them and say, well, listen, is there any way that you can show me how to be more productive or how to be successful like you, or just in general? So I think that's a big issue or disconnect in our community, is older people, and that goes for women and men who guide children to make the same mistakes that they made instead of trying to help them around it. Because our generation, our next generation, these kids, they are the future. So why have them stumbled up and messed up in the same things that you already experienced? Like, it just don't make sense. So I think that's something that needs to get addressed in the community as well. Also, I have a special message from Solid Dollar to the young people. You could be anything you want to be. And these streets, I've been there, I've done that. The streets is a dead end, and there's nothing left for you at the end of the day. There's nothing in the streets for you at the end of the day. So try to get a job, a GED, you know what I mean? Go to school, do something productive, because the streets is just death. It's death and jail in the streets. I take it from a person who's been there and know, like, there's nothing in the streets for you. Another issue is, stop letting the media define who you are. Like, the media tell you you're a thug, and most of y'all want to go out and be thugs. The media tell you you're a gangster, and you want to go out and be a gangster. The media tell these females they a bad B, and they want to be a bad B. The media tell you you're being petty, and then you want to start being petty. Stop letting negative things define who you are, and find positive affirmation and positive words of encouragement and attributes to align to yourself, so that every day you could be much more of a positive person to yourself and your community. I just want to clarify for the record that I'm not speaking from some kind of pedestal or acting like I'm better than somebody else. I've done all of those things that most people probably don't even want to talk about. But at the end of the day, I took a choice, and I made a choice to live a better life. And that's the road that I'm going to continue to go on, regardless of whom or what, because I'm a leader. I'm not following the road of death or the road of an unsuccessful person because I know where it leads to. So I just want to, like, give this little disclaimer. No, Solid's not flying around on a magical carpet, but Solid can also see where something is not going to be productive for your life nor mine. So that's my standpoint on the whole street thing versus being successful and just giving people positive information. Now, I'm not no guru, but I know a couple of things, and I'm going to share it with my people to try to make a better community. I want to talk a little bit about the new season of the Grind Time Show. I just dropped off a show about 2-3 weeks ago, and it was very successful. I want to thank everybody for supporting it. And I want to tell you, the new season of the Grind Time Show is going to be about videos. We're going to have information from my man A Blunt. He's going to give information about the music industry and give artists information on some of the things they should be doing and some of the mistakes that they making. Also, we're going to have like a top 10 video show up there. That I think that's the highlight that I'm really looking for. That top 10 video show, we're going to have local artists. We're going to have mainstream artists on the video show. You can call in, or you can hit up the Grind Time Facebook page and make your request for who you think should be the dopest video or who got the hottest video. I'm all for that. I want to talk a little bit about education and knowledge too. Education is very important and knowledge is very important. If you don't have a formal education, I suggest that you start trying to find your own knowledge yourself, or find knowledge that you need to succeed in the world, because it's very important. Without information and knowledge, you cannot go far. You will not make it out of Greenville if you don't have no education and knowledge. And Greenville is a wonderful place, and you can have education and knowledge and still be in Greenville. But if your aspirations is to leave Greenville, you want to do it with a sound, secure amount of knowledge, so that wherever you go in any walk of life, you'll be secure and you'll feel secure and you'll understand where you are and perspective to the whole universe. So I think education and knowledge is very, very important. It might sound kind of corny, but I think everybody should be pursuing education, whether it's a formal education or whether it's just getting knowledge.
Grind Time Show, Channel 23, GPAT TV, hosted by your boy Solid Dollar. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Grind Time Show. I just want y'all to know this